All right, guys. We'll go and take a brief walk over the topics we'll cover. So if any of this sounds interesting,
and again, I have no idea what we're about to do. I just kind of came in here. I was like, let's just do it.
Okay, these are the these are the main titles. Some of them were funny, and some of them's pretty serious.
Okay, let's begin.
Okay, so this one: Burger King drops chopsticks ad after accusations of cultural insensitivity.
Okay.
All right, that's our first one. This one's kind of serious. It's about anti-government movement in Sudan. A child locks mother's iPhone for 48 years after repeatedly entering the wrong passcode, and it could happen to you.
Why have they capitalized you like that? That's ridiculous.
There's a fix for it.
When your kid accidentally locks your iPad for 48 years, first of all, the only thing that's going to be happening is my kid's going to be getting a butt whooping for 48 years. Jeez, dude.
Right.
All right. Let's
make that kid buy me an iPhone. Allison Mack of Smallville pleads guilty in basically a sex cult.
Where women were branded. Oh my God.
It's crazy. Hollywood's nuts, dude. Our Planet released a scene on Netflix of walruses falling off a mountain. It's there's a lot of backlash right now.
I get that Netflix just wants to do whatever they want, like put whatever, but you can't just put walruses falling off mountains on Netflix.
It literally. Okay, we'll come back to it.
You're gonna trigger PETA because then they're gonna kill more animals in a competition to see who can kill more.
It's bad. Oh man, I watched it. I was like, wow, Netflix. Okay, so expected soon the first ever photo of a black hole. So apparently this is coming out. The world will know on Wednesday. So tomorrow. So by the time y'all are hearing this,
it will have come out.
It will come out. So
yeah,
and we'll probably have more to say on that later. All right, so that's our topics for today, and anything else that randomly comes up because that happens on here. And are you ready?
I kind of want to go straight to the walruses, but we need to do it in the order. No,
I just no order.
Okay. Right, can we start with the walruses? Okay, so guys, we will.
Well, I'll play this clip while we're talking about it.
Okay,
well, maybe I don't know.
Maybe you'll know. It might be copyrighted. Yeah. So,
no, that's not what I care about. It's the fact that people are already backlashing.
Okay, but we're not saying we support it. We're just looking at it. All right, so let's take a look, guys, real quick. He's gonna put us in there, so we'll watch it together, and then we'll talk about it.
Okay. All right.
So this is a 2-minute video, by the way.
Okay,
so here we go. Okay.
Literally to the top of the rockiest part of the cliff.
So, yeah.
Once at the top of the 80-metre cliffs, they rest until it's time to return to the sea in search of food.
Why are they up on the mountain anyway? Like, they don't need to be up there. I didn't get any claws.
So that's the last little section, isn't it? The really steep bit. They were just really steep. That bit.
They were preparing for this. Oh, they were ready, you know? Oh, no.
One's gonna go.
I don't like this like,
one right on the
They were
edge.
waiting for this moment.
Oh my gosh!
And they put it in slow-mo. For reaction.
First of all, it's like you could have done.
Look.
Aww.
And then they keep going.
Yeah, why would you continue to
You
post
knew
it?
what happened. You didn't have to show it keep going.
There's probably
Oh
2
my
or 3
gosh, how
dead
many of them
walruses,
fell?
like a half mile from
It's
the
like
crater.
32.
They're exhausted because they're having to swim 100
On the
miles
rocks.
now to get to food, and then coming back here because it's the only place to sleep. They used to sleep.
Anyways, yeah, that's basically a clip, and you got this New Zealand guy talking to
For any of you weird people that get off to hurting animals, don't ever like our podcast. Okay, don't watch this because that was upsetting. That was like watching a 50-something-year-old man fall off his lawnmower and die in the yard. That's
pretty accurate.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate. That's what walruses look like. They look like old white men.
Old white men. Old fat white men.
Okay, so my first question is, who on the Netflix team thought this was okay to post? And whose decision was to put it in slow-mo? Because that's
Well, and they have that whole production team waiting for that moment. They were literally talking about the moment before it happened. It's like, they were wanting this to happen. They wanted it in the documentary. They couldn't just say, hey, this is what happens, and it shows all the 32 dead bodies already there. They literally have the get a slow mo of one dying.
Because it's like,
that was
even
a
though
few hundred yard drop.
I thought they said it was like a half-mile drop. I could be wrong. We can go back and look at it. But like, my thing is,
I don't want to be correct.
I agree with you. They could have just told us what happened. But at the same time, I guess that visual representation of just walks falling off the sides of cliffs. I guess we need that in our life, Ryan. Maybe that's a metaphor for society. Maybe we are climbing a mountain and we're exhausted and we fall.
So what do you think? Like, what would you say to people that would be like, well, we see enough people die on Netflix, like in movies and stuff. So what's the difference?
Because they're not actually dead. What do you mean? We just watched that walrus crumple like a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I get it. It's like, cinema looks pretty real too. Yeah, but it's not real. But you just watched I don't know how much walruses weigh, but dude, why is like a car falling? It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
God, Netflix. I don't know whether to be ashamed of you or just like applaud you for being that ballsy.
I don't know if they ended up cutting it or what, because I didn't honestly like. We do this so raw. I just found these topics 10 minutes before we started, so I don't know if they've actually cut this or not. Let me take a look.
Yeah. So guys, this is just how prepared for stuff we are. Oh gosh, our planet walrus. Yeah, that's what we need to look up. This is gonna the first thing. Yep, there it is. Gosh, the disturbing walrus scene. I like it. That's what they call it. Oh, that was by the Atlantic.
They're like, oh, it talks about climate change. That's what they care about. I'm done. This name is the title of the article.
Well, look at the guy who wrote it. That's one of the whitest names I've ever heard. Nick Wiggum.
With an H.
Yeah, with an H, just to confirm.
Wow. Okay, so this is all climate change. No one cares that this poor guy just died on television.
Well, I think the reason that they're probably emphasizing climate change is maybe like at one time those mountains were covered like in snow. Maybe it was easier for them to
saying it was in ice before. Yeah.
Oh,
so their habitat shrinking.
So basically,
it's falling off mountains.
Yeah, so it's our fault that walruses are dying like this. But if you're like Trump, you can just deny that global change or global change. Wow, global warming exists, and did you? Okay, so kind of going off this. Did you hear about his thing about how like wind power doesn't work? Did you hear about that?
Wait, what?
Yeah, he had like a press conference where he talked about how wind power doesn't work because wind only blows some of the time. That's not how that works. Like, I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be an expert on it or anything, but it's also like, come on, dude. Like, really, like, I understand that you're the president. You probably feel like you can say whatever you want. That's a gross misinterpretation of what wind power and wind energy is. And I'm sure that was highly insulting. Wow, I can't talk. Highly insulting to the people who are like actually working on projects like that. Like, I mean, seriously.
Yeah. I don't know. They might be making enough money they don't care. But I don't have enough knowledge on any of that to make an actual point.
That's one thing we're gonna have to come back to.
Because I guess common sense people, it's like the flat Earth thing, like when they drive in the documentary where they drive the car off of a beach ball. One of those RC cars that drive it off a beach ball, and they're like, "See," and it's like, "Oh yeah, the wind's not blowing." See.
First of all, an RC car on a beach ball? Are you serious? That's not even like, in terms of relation to like what a car actually is to the planet Earth, that doesn't make any sense.
The size ratio was completely off.
It's like, look, see, this RC car is as big as the planet. It rolled off. Gosh, sounds like...
Yeah, when the car's as big as the planet. Anyways, well, I don't know how we got there, but... so apparently,
why don't we just take all the flat earthers and just drive them off the planet?
I think the guy's like arguing for like it's not that big a deal. He's like, oh, it's emotional manipulation at its worst.
The series is unapologetic in its advocacy. I mean, granted, I guess that's fair. Like, you want people to know what's going on. I guess the best way to leave that impression is to watch something die because life is precious. So, in this case, it's. Wait, hold on. Can we
imagine if that was like a new law or a new obligation you had as like a citizen, which you're required to go watch someone die at least once every 5 years?
Yeah, they did that back when Genghis Khan was in control.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, dude, the guy killed so many people. I'm sure most of his people saw somebody die.
But I mean, like an implemented policy.
Ryan, what type of tyrannical rule would... Wait.
I'm
What?
saying, okay, I'm just saying it doesn't seem that far off. I'm not saying this.
What do you mean that seemed that far off? Yeah, I'm going to make you watch somebody die. Wait. We already see it on TV.
They made this poor little girl right here. They made her go watch a. Well, she's not a poor little girl. She's probably in her 60s.
First of all, I don't think she's in her 60s, but okay.
Look at these nails. Did she not bother to actually do her nails before going on our planet? Like,
we're going to get sued by Netflix.
Sue was Netflix. I don't care. We don't got anything anyways.
It's not defamation. Okay, so that's it. Let us know what you think about walruses dying. Maybe you hate walruses. Maybe you have a phobia of them. Don't you dare close that window. We're coming back to that later in the podcast. All right, so Ryan, go on to our next topic and read off the headline.
All right. Burger King drops chopsticks ad after accusations of cultural insensitivity.
Okay, now we have to
All right.
now we have to watch this ad. Is it still
yes,
up?
yeah, we can still watch it. Well, it may be. Let's go and pull it up.
All right,
So
guys.
the
We'll also put this in the podcast so you can see what we're seeing while we're seeing it.
This ad thing is. Guess where this happened?
Is it? I'm assuming it's in the United States, obviously.
No.
Wait, really?
New Zealand can't catch a break.
Oh my gosh. Man. What is that? Burger King? What is that?
Don't
Gosh,
bother
man.
my typing. Chopstick ad.
Well, yeah, New
Alright.
Zealand's just been having it rough lately, man. Oh, Sam for racist ad. Let's see what.
Oh man.
I can already see the preview. This is gonna be bad. All right, here we
I
go,
want to see
boys.
the actual commercial though. I wonder which.
Well, that is the commercial. It's
You think
just.
this is it?
I think it is. It's just showing. Oh, okay.
Those are giant chopsticks. Those are like straws. I'm so sick of like mocking Asian culture. Okay, the problem is it's an actual Asian dish though that they just released. That's why they were posting.
I think we're.
Even though, like, why the heck they were showing them eating it with burgers was kind of weird. And a pizza. Does Burger King have pizza?
I really hope so.
Spaghetti? Oh, apparently this is happening somewhere else. Okay, so.
Are brands deliberately being provocative? I mean, I guess maybe what it is, it's an appropriation of culture. Because I mean, that's one way you could put it. Because they're taking something that's used in a particular setting and then they're misusing it or misrepresenting it in another culture. Because it's like, I mean,
Okay.
I can see where people would be upset by it, truthfully. So hold on, go back up.
Okay,
So the fast food chain showed a video clip of diners trying to eat its new Vietnamese sweet chili tender crisp. That sounds amazing. Tender crisp burger? Are you kidding me? With large red chopsticks. Social media users say the ad, which was posted on Instagram, is culturally insensitive and plays to stereotypes. It includes the caption, "Taste your taste buds all the way to Ho Chi Minh City." Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
Ho Chi Minh
That is
City?
horrible.
Oh, here they
God.
put the actual commercial.
Okay,
here.
we're about to watch it, guys. All right, we're gonna watch the actual thing.
Shout out to Twitter for never letting every illegal video actually exist.
Oh no, it looks like it has been taken off. We can't access it.
They shut her down. Took 5 minutes.
Well, dude, no, that's just really upsetting because like that makes. Why would you put that as a caption? Like, I mean, granted, it's true that like we do live in an age where things are more offensive. Like there is more of a push for political correctness. Not necessarily a bad thing. It's just like, Ryan, come on, that was bad. That was really bad.
I
don't
want to
think-
see the actual commercial because I think I'll get an actual feel for how like.
Well, I guess that's pretty much the whole thing. Is it's just
these tweets.
well, it's just them eating burgers. If any of y'all actually have the video or could link it to us, that'd be fantastic. But basically, the video, I mean, it's just people eating burgers. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, so they're eating.
Oh, it was an Instagram ad.
Yeah, it was an Instagram ad,
Oh.
and they put as a comment, "Take your taste buds all the way to Ho Chi Minh City." It's ridiculous.
I don't know why.
I think it's just funny because it's such an obscure thing.
It just is such a weird commercial. You see the way they're eating this?
Well, no, it's just like, what compelled somebody to do that? Okay, again, between Netflix and Burger King, who's running this?
I mean, honestly, though, I guess, okay. I didn't really I guess my problem is I wouldn't, if I was not told that it was a Vietnamese burger, then I wouldn't have known. You know, because they look just like a regular Burger King burger. So then I guess it seems more racist that way. Because it's just like, oh, you need to imply just because they're using chopsticks and
Yeah, like you can't just
automatically an Asian dish, you know?
It's like you can't just like advertise it just the burger itself. You've got to implement aspects of culture that are misrepresented. Essentially, it's appropriation. That's all it is.
Misrepresented. You go overseas, people are eating chopsticks. Like, it's not.
Well, I don't think they're eating burgers with chopsticks. I mean, I've never been overseas, but I don't think that they're eating burgers with chopsticks. And I'm sure there are people out there who are Asian that probably didn't feel offended by it. But again, when you're in a professional setting like that.
We should have my Asian friend Brandon on.
I mean, I'm down for that. I would love to get some input by someone who's part of that Asian culture. Like that'd be interesting.
Yeah, he grew up in Laos and Buddhist culture and all that.
Interesting.
So yeah, I mean, it's not Vietnam obviously, but
well,
he's definitely really his family's still Buddhist, so they're very engraved in the culture.
So here's my thing, and maybe I mean I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know or anything. But is like chicken in and of itself a big thing in Asian culture? Like
Yes.
Okay, and guys, if y'all can hear that in the background, that's our friend Adam. Adam is actually Vietnamese, so he can definitely give us some input on that. So
Don't culturally appropriate my race.
Yeah, what's wrong with you? So what do you? Hey, real quick question, Adam. What do you think of the whole thing?
What do I think?
Yeah, I mean, you said you're making dinner. You've heard us talk about it. Again, we're not very professional, but yeah, so what do you think about it as far as them eating burgers with chopsticks and promoting what's seen as like an Asian cuisine, per se?
I think it's offensive if the purpose is just to get the ad out there. Now, I don't think it's offensive if they truly believed it mattered. Like if they're just making fun.
So if it was like if it was like
deal.
unintentional, is what you're saying? Is that what you mean?
Unintentional should be fine.
Yeah, but then again, but would you agree, since it's a professional setting, that things they should be maybe viewed from everybody's perspective to the degree that they can? Like I know they're limited probably to some degree in everything they can view, but
Well, I guess to let my presuppositions come out, I think people take things too seriously. Maybe that's the white side of me speaking.
Oh yeah, sure you are halfway. Yeah,
I do live privilegedly.
There you go. Yeah.
All right, so that's input from our roommate
It
Adam.
may have been a little too serious. When have you seen a serious Burger King commercial?
Okay, who takes Burger King seriously? First of all, their food's trash.
No one eats there.
Well, obviously somebody does, because enough people got mad that they had to take an ad down. So
Crackheads that are doing drug deals, and then all of a sudden they're like,
well, then again, this is in New Zealand. We're in America. Only crackheads from America eat at Burger King. Just like I'm fully convinced at this point that nobody eats at Arby's. I feel like Arby's is just there so people can like sell drugs out the back door.
What does flub mean? This dude said when you flub something like this, you
mess it up. It's slang term for like messing up.
That's a weird name, dude.
All right, guys. So that's our opinion. I guess if you could call it that, as far as the Burger King ad goes, and we got input from Adam. So everybody, say hey to Adam for being for his first time on the podcast while he's making dinner. So yeah.
We literally only valued him for his race.
Oh my, Ryan!
You know what?
Oh my god.
We have a race issue. Let's invite somebody that's actually that race.
Well, I mean, it's good to get input from somebody involved with the culture. All right.
You always have to hit you always still kind of hit that issue of you don't want to.
I am making an Asian dish, and I'm not using chopsticks to eat it.
You're ruining our podcast, Adam.
Adam,
stop it.
Only when we ask for your racial input, all right?
Oh my gosh. Nobody's gonna listen to our podcast anymore.
They've already turned it off.
Fair enough.
No, it's cool. We got a good average time right now. We're running about 15 minutes. So that means they're off.
But they're off for 20 minutes at this point.
They've been off for 5 minutes. No, it's all good. So, anyways, New Zealand can't catch a break. Poor guys. All right, off to something a little more serious till we come back to more funny stuff. Rival security forces clashes. I don't know. This is just really a lot of news right now in Uganda where they're protesting the dictator. So,
So is it?
Yo, Uganda.
So it's a dictatorship. I take it there's a lot of injustice, a lot of innocent people being killed.
No, it's very peaceful. They're having gay pride walks every week, and I'm just messing with you, dude.
Ryan, when we started this podcast, I assumed that we would be equal co-hosts, but I realize now that I am intellectually and emotionally superior. Yes. Yeah, forget you, man.
You gotta have someone that's not for the other person to be better.
Man, that's what Jesus said.
Yep.
Yep.
That's right. Like, literally all of his disciples were idiots, so Jesus looked way better.
Maybe that's why Jesus hung around with men who were like fishermen and stuff to make himself look better.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, all right, let's...
Dude's out here hanging out with rabbis when he's 12. All of a sudden he wants a bunch of fishermen to help. That's crazy.
Man, that's just how it be. I mean, I'm pretty sure that...
It's like Donald Trump coming along and wanting all the rednecks to help him. So basically...
We're just going to hit every speed bump on the way through this podcast. Let's just go ahead and hit the race issue. Let's hit the political issue.
Let's do it, boys.
You know what, man? Okay, so actually, kind of something that's relevant. Hold on, that's relevant to better things. Isn't there an Asian candidate who's planning to run for 2020? Or am I wrong on that?
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
I don't know. No, I'm just curious. Cause
She's a princess. No, I'm just kidding. Have you seen that meme?
No, Ryan, no, this is not a meme podcast. This is a
meme review. All right,
oh my gosh! Shout out to PewPie. Subscribe to his channel. Okay, so
Asian.
So I guess Asian candidate
Asian cult leader.
for morning. Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
Okay, so Andrew Yang. Okay. That's his name. So let's look up some stuff on him.
Andrew Wang.
So apparently Generation Z kids love him. I don't really know a whole lot about him. He's only 44, so he's relatively young.
He's an entrepreneur. Oh, of course. Democratic Party. What do you do?
No, I mean...
Surprise.
Yeah, so, I mean, I was just curious about that. We don't necessarily have to talk about it. I was just like, I felt that it was relevant to what
So he worked with a bunch of startups. Basically, he's not successful. So...
Ryan, I don't think that's...
When business doesn't work for you anymore, as Trump is also showing us, just go to politics.
I don't think that's the conclusion we're supposed to come to it. But you know what, Ryan? We're hitting every dead body and speed bump on the way through this podcast, so why not? All right, so basically, with the Ugandan thing, I mean, there's not a whole lot we can say because, like I said, we just kind of make shit at this.
Yeah, I guess it's just go freedom fighters. All right.
Okay, so here comes the one that if I was a parent, somebody'd be getting a butt whooped.
So child locks mother's iPhone for 48 years.
How do you lock someone's iPhone for 48 years? Dude? That's longer than I'm probably going to be alive.
Not only this, and I guess today's just the Asian episode because this is done in Shanghai.
Okay, cool. So yeah, apparently... What do you mean the Asian episode? The first one was in New Zealand. Then we had the walrus is like, Ryan, stop talking. From now on, I'm the only one allowed to talk on this podcast. Okay, so a toddler from Shanghai was left with his mother's iPhone to play games. The 2-year-old boy repeatedly entered the wrong code to unlock the phone. When the mother returned, it was locked for more than 25 million minutes. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Ryan. So
let's be honest, your phone's not gonna last that long.
Well, no, yeah, if your phone lasts for 48 years, that's some god tech. But no, here's my question.
Phones haven't even been around for 48 years.
What would you do if your kid did that? What like you walk in?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, Brian. No, I'm not saying your kid's not an idiot. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, what would you do in that situation? Because like. Your kid locked your phone for 48 years. What are you going to do? Ryan, don't give me any of this. I'm going to love them and forgive them.
I'm going to love this kid and nurture him. I tried to lock my phone for 48 years. I mean, I'm just going to call tech support. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah, it is. Okay, we got different parenting methods. You know what I'm going to do?
Honestly, I don't think my phone can do that because I'm an Android guy.
Ew. Boo. Get on iPhone. iPhone X is where it's
But
at.
see, at least my kid can't lock my phone for 48 years because it's impossible.
Okay. But what would you do? You didn't answer the question. Like,
Dude, I
there's
just
gotta
call
be.
tech support. It's not that big a deal.
Who are you gonna call with? Your phone's locked.
I'll call somebody else. Oh, no, wait, that doesn't make sense. I'll find somebody else with a phone. I still got my keys.
Oh, what are you gonna do? Get your phone from your 2-year-old?
No.
Yeah, that's right. Cause it's locked.
I'm gonna find. I have plenty of friends, and I live with 3 people. 2 people. Sorry, she doesn't technically live here.
Oh yeah, that's true. His I don't even know if they are a page or whatever. But
No, not her. Chef's girlfriend.
Oh, okay. You mean fiance?
Fiance,
Yeah, we have to
yeah.
make a distinction there because if we don't, we're going to hell. So, okay. So the lady whose phone was on is named Miss Lou. Excuse me. Miss Lou has waited. Shut up, Ryan. Miss Lou has waited for 2 months, but has seen no sign of the problem rectifying itself. So she's gone 2 months with a locked screen.
What?
What?
What? Shit. Well, I guess in Shanghai they don't have friends. All right, there you go.
Again, I
Or
don't think
tech
that,
support.
I don't think that's the conclusion we're supposed to pull
No,
from
this is because, see, all right, the automatic assumption that Burger King would have made is that Asians clearly know tech support. But obviously that's not true. So, there we go. Progressive.
Ryan, I know that they can't see you trying to fist bump me, but if only they could see the seething disdain that I look at you with. I can't stand you or your existence.
I'm just
Gosh,
saying, because of me, they are going to, I'm guessing this podcast viewing is going to last 25 minutes instead of 15.
You know what? Do me a favor. Put this at the beginning of the podcast. Do yourself a favor and just skip to the end. All right, so 48 years, so that's that. So that's just something really... Dude, I can't believe... well, it says the only way out is to erase all the phone data into a factory reset.
Man.
Dude, that's fine. If you have it backed up on a laptop, you're fine. Or if you have iCloud, that's easy.
Yeah.
So, easy solution.
Look at this. The largest cases that he's had of people locking their phones for over 80 years.
I hope it's children. I hope it's not people who've forgotten it, because that's really upsetting and sad.
And the fact that you would take that long. Honestly, I remember locking my iPad for 2 hours and I was freaking out. I can't imagine. A few years, dude.
Again, that's that privilege talk. All right.
All right. Anyways,
so that's just
we
the
don't care
fix,
about the
yeah.
fix. Now, here's a crazy story.
Okay.
Allison Mack of Smallville, the TV show, pleads guilty in case of, it's called Nixon sex cult, where women were branded.
Okay, so what's interesting about this? So we did a conspiracy theory episode that we lost again. Sorry about that. But in it, we talked about a variety of things. So I will actually go on with this. I do believe there is a legitimate sex cult in Hollywood. I absolutely believe that. Because
Clearly.
because there's just too many reported instances, just like with Lady Gaga being involved in that sex cult that supposedly you bathe in some animal's blood and this lady makes love to you or something. I've heard of that one too. And that one's pretty wild. We'll have to expand upon that at one point. But you look like you were about to say something. What were you going to say?
I was about to say that this cult is pronounced Nexium, the medication.
What does Nexium do?
Is basically stomach medication. You can get it over the counter.
Well, yeah, but they do have to get it, because how can you stomach doing these weird things? So, what do they mean by branding?
Sex cult has direct ties to Nexium medication. Oh my god. What was you saying?
So my question is, how are they branding these women? Were they physically burning them, or are they tattooing them?
Let's see. Do you want to play this video?
Yeah, I don't see why not. We can listen to it. That's fine. All right, turn the volume up. Let's. No, you gotta hit it on the video, Ryan.
The charges are based on Avenatti's scheme to extract more than $20 million in payments from a public company by threatening to use his ability to garner publicity to inflict financial and
I
reputational.
don't think this is it.
Wait, what's the video say? Here we go. Prosecutors announced charges against Michael Avante. Whoever I don't know who that is.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
Allison Mack. Let's just find the video. Allison Mack. Next one.
All right, here it is. So Allison Mack is a woman. Okay. For some reason, I was thinking Allison. I don't know why they included these. She's arriving in court. Oh, gosh. Axiom sex. That is disgusting. So again, we're not exactly sure what they were doing in this sex cult. Like, I don't know if it's been revealed exactly what's going on with the branding. I mean, along with the branding of women and everything. But like, my question is, how far do you have to go till you turn something that's enjoyable like that into a cult?
Oh, well, yeah, not only that, though, but she was sex trafficking.
Wait, she was being sex trafficked,
No,
or she was
sex trafficking, helping with it.
Gosh, that's disgusting. There's such a perversion of not necessarily like just sex in of itself, but just like respecting another human.
So she joined a defined purpose. And she was unsatisfied with her acting career in Smallville, which I'm guessing that's the same Smallville TV show that has to do with like Superman stuff.
Yeah, that's one that was from like the early 2000s and everything. I watched that growing up. That's really upsetting, especially because like, again, it's just a violation of somebody's will, and you force them into these acts that are meant. I mean, that are meant to be intimate. Like,
so this guy that, no. So they were branded with this dude named Mr. Rainier's initials,
and were forced to have sex with him. Look up Mr. Rainier Nexium sex cult. Let's see if we can find out what this man actually looks like. Sorry. Oh yeah, if y'all can hear Adam praying in the back, that's because his friend can see everything that we're searching right now. So hopefully that won't, we won't go to jail. But if we are going to go to jail, it'd be like that. Images from Mr. Rainier Nexium leader charged with sex trafficking. Okay, so yeah, he looks like somebody that would run a cult. Yep. You know what he looks like? He looks like somebody who tried too hard to look like Charles Manson. Like with the hair, if he just could grow a beard.
That's a big forehead, though.
That is a big
It's
forehead.
bigger than KSI's forehead.
Who is KSI? Who's that?
Oh, man. I'm about to find out.
Oh, gosh, I can't wait to see who KSI is.
So he's a pretty big YouTuber.
Does he play Fortnite?
No.
Okay, I'm about to say, because he plays Fortnite. Oh, no, I've seen this dude. Okay.
Look at that forehead. That's why he always wears a bandana now. He's the guy that fought Logan Paul.
So basically, if I make fun of him, he's coming after me as well. So.
Yeah.
But I'm nowhere near as fit as Logan Paul or KSI, so we're going to have ourselves a little bit of a problem if we do
57-year-old.
Again, okay, so let's backtrack for a second. This obviously says something about our society and culture as a whole.
Oh, here's the... Oh, my God.
That's disgusting. But it says something about our culture and everything as a whole, because think about it. People are willing to go as far as to disrespect human dignity and human free will, and even themselves, just to find a greater purpose in that they're being misused and mistreated by someone who cares nothing about them. Because to them, and you can argue, I mean, I don't think you're going to argue this one, but he's using them basically as objects.
Yeah,
They're nothing more than props. So,
if you want to do that, I mean, just become a hyper Calvinist. Come on, like, you want to be used with no love.
that was a very deep theology joke. That was okay.
Let's go.
But like, honestly though, if you support anything like this, you deserve the worst in the afterlife. Again, look at this dude. You know what he looks like? He looks like a raccoon.
Yep. So
legit. I know
we
we're
match the celebrity.
No, we're not to our celebrity bit yet. But no, this man legitimately looks like a surprised / confused raccoon
Especially with his glasses.
that got his hands on some ecstasy. So unorthodox pyramid scheme. Keith Rainier.
Either that or like Velma grew a really bad beard from Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, that's true. So Keith Rainier displayed a disgusting abuse of power in his efforts to. What does that say? I can't read it. Denigrate and manipulate women he considered his sex slaves. The senior FBI official William Sweeney said on Monday. Oh my. Gosh, branding and burning them.
That picture's from like the 70s.
Gosh, that's awful. Yeah, so basically, moral of the story is there's bad people out there.
And don't trust Hollywood.
Do not trust. Yeah, absolutely. So, going from a little bit of a dark topic to a little bit of a lighter
Even
topic.
darker topic.
Well, technically,
actually.
it's even darker. So, Ron, why don't you read the next thing?
Oh, well, I don't know. Scientists are releasing. Wonderful. Did they shut down? Didn't Obama shut down NASA? I don't know. Anyways, people are
Ryan,
astronomers are
wait.
releasing a picture of black.
Wait, did he? Wait a minute. No, back up. Hold on. Did he wait?
He shut down NASA.
I don't think that's what happened.
I'm pretty sure Obama shut down NASA.
God, you're telling my grandma. She just comes up with random things to accuse Obama for.
Obama shut down NASA. Either that or he defunct it.
You need it. How Barack Obama ruined NASA space. So, guys, just let y'all know, Adam is bringing over some chicken that he's going to let me partake of, and I just smelled some of it, and it smells absolutely fantastic. So, Adam, actually, I know this sounds like a really question. Please tell me you at least have chopsticks for it, because that looks like that'd be pretty good to eat with chopsticks. Dude, don't be mad at me. No, that's the legit thing.
Right.
And he does have chopsticks, everybody, so...
Clap it up for the Asian League. Woo! Alright, so why this is cool is because we've always had drawn visuals of black hole, and when we were talking about the science of it, we've never had an actual picture. So this is a pretty big deal. Like, this is the first ever seen photo, at least by the common folk.
So it's pretty cool. So we'll put this picture in the video for you, so you can actually see it.
This is.
So a jet of subatomic particles traveling at nearly the speed of light streams from the center of the galaxy Messier 87. Lurking at the center of the galaxy, science believe, is a black hole with a mass 7 billion times that of our sun. So that bright thing we're seeing is a black hole.
No.
Yeah, that's exactly what that's saying. Because
what?
Yeah, so that line of stuff that we're seeing is the subatomic particles that are just like going at the speed of light. Yeah.
But I don't think that light's the black hole.
Then what would that be?
The sun.
Brian, no, because this isn't this isn't the Milky Way.
Oh, galaxy Messier. Okay.
We're in the center of the galaxy Messier 87.
It's their sun.
Right. I mean, it might be. So if I'm to understand, basically what it is a black hole is something it has such a strong gravitational pull that not even light can escape it. If I'm to understand that correctly, because I know that Stephen Hawking was famous for his theory on black holes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really cool though if you think about it, because we're understanding more about the universe. And what's funny is we've still explored, we keep exploring the universe and everything, but we still know basically nothing about the bottom of the ocean. Because it's so hard to get down there with the pressure and everything.
Okay, so it's not even just one; it's a pair of black holes. So one actually does sit in the center of the Milky Way,
buried in the depths of interstellar dust and gas, an equivalent in mass to 4.1 million suns that otherwise have disappeared from the visible universe. That's actually terrifying. So, have you?
We're about to get yeeted into a black hole.
Well, did you ever watch that thing on Discovery years ago where it was like 10 ways the Earth could end or something like that?
Yeah.
Well, one of them was the black hole theory that apparently if scientists they're working on something with subatomic particles and these underground in Sweden or something like that. And that they could create something with such a high density, like a subatomic particle, that it could then expand and become a black hole and basically suck up the Earth. So, I don't know how much validity there is to that, because it was a very interesting thing to watch, but...
The other target is part of the Messier 87, a giant galaxy in the constellation Virgo, where a black hole 7 billion times the mass of the sun is spewing a jet of energy thousands of light years across space. So that's what it is. That's the particle. So a jet of energy. That's crazy, bro.
So I've also heard that if a human being were to be sucked into a black hole, they'd be spaghettified. They'd just be stretched out. You wouldn't die. you just stretch.
I wonder how accurate that can be, though, because it seems like we still don't know that much about him.
Well, again, that's why Stephen Hawking was famous for a theory. Of course, we don't actually know what happens. I mean, you can go ahead and...
Wouldn't it have been more justice if, like, that's how he went out, if we would have stuck him in a rocket and shot him to a black hole?
Ryan, why must you hit every speed bump on the way through this podcast? First, it was the Asian Burger King.
I'm just saying that, like, I'm pretty sure he would have been happy about that.
Ryan, I don't think we can ethically justify that. Like,
We
hey,
could, if he would agree to it.
Ryan, what are you gonna do? Ask his dead body?
I'm just saying this is what we probably should have done as a science community.
As a science community, we're not part of that community, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, somewhat weird.
Somewhat weird. Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can
We're the
read.
common man.
Ryan, what common man has knowledge of black holes like Stephen Hawking?
Stephen Hawking didn't know anything. That's why we needed to send him to it.
Ryan,
Even if we would have never knew,
you can't
it would have
ethically
been
justify
probably,
that.
and you saw what position he was in. It was probably the best thing in his life if he would have got to go through a black hole.
Okay, guys, so we're gonna take a break here. Adam and Ryan. So Adam just gave us some sesame chicken, so we're gonna do a taste test. So we're gonna rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being absolute trash, and 10 being the best Asian food we've ever had. Ryan already ate his piece, so we'll ask him last. All right, here we go. And Ryan, if you want, actually, you'll go first. While I'm eating, you talk about how it was.
Okay, so I'd rate that on a 9.
You didn't even build up to it. You gotta talk about the texture and stuff.
Well, I was gonna explain it. God. So I would say it's a 9, but not because I haven't. It is the best that I've had.
Okay, don't lie.
But I don't want to say that it can't be better. But, but it's not overly spicy, but it's not like super sweet. You know, it's kind of like this. It's a solid medium, and I don't know. I don't like my stuff overly spicy, but I like stuff like, you know, really underdone either, like a raw piece of chicken, you know, like or no spice or no zest whatsoever. So as far as I say, it's a 9.5.
Sorry, there's no chopsticks, guys.
No chopsticks. See,
Okay,
we
so-
avoided racism.
So let me tell you how to accurately. So from my experience with eating Mr. Adams sesame chicken, the texture of the chicken.
See, the fact that you
was
take
so-
time to explain is why we don't have viewers more than 15 minutes.
The texture of the chicken was soft. It danced over my taste buds as if it was two lovers
Like a
doing
Vietnamese
the
woman.
salsa. Ryan! Two lovers doing the salsa over my tongue as I felt it dance to the back of my throat. It was neither spicy nor sweet, but rather a combination of both. A strict and happy medium that allowed me to enjoy both flavors at the same time. So I would give this a solid 6. No.
It sounds like how my girlfriend used to describe me. You're all these great things, but you're a solid 6.
As a game, I'm sure my girlfriend, if we ever have her on the podcast, she'd be like, "Yeah, you're like a solid 4." Like at least
4.5.
Like with her, I'm like a solid 8, but like by myself, I'm probably a 4.
That makes sense.
All right, so guys, we have now reached the part of the podcast where we compare celebrities to animals. So actually, I feel like we should do a special edition. Let's look up famous scientists. Now let's compare them to animals.
This is about to get bad.
This is about to
Wait,
be-
we've done famous scientists already.
Did we?
Yeah, we did Ken Ham, we did Bill Nye, we did Sam Harris.
Oh, why don't we do? Oh, okay, I guess
All right,
that's
we
fair.
can do other ones, I guess. Do you want to? Let's just do it. All right,
Okay,
Albert
okay.
Einstein.
So first, Albert Einstein. So Albert Einstein looks like a poorly shaven sheepdog. I feel like that's the best way to describe him.
Oh man, no, I'm thinking of one more thing.
Ryan, please choose your words carefully.
I haven't been choosing them carefully this whole time.
Yeah,
Sean.
that's very true. I don't even know what I'm asking at this point.
Man, what is his deal with his tongue?
That's not Albert Einstein.
well, I know that.
I'm about to say that's an actor who played
Clearly,
Albert
there's
Einstein.
another youth ball down here that is.
Again,
Yeah, I guess that works.
poorly shaven sheepdog.
Honestly, I'm thinking of some mouse
Okay,
from a movie.
but what do you mean a mouse? What mouse?
I don't know. He
Okay.
doesn't. He just. I don't know. It's the mustache, man. I don't know. The mustache just throwing me off.
Okay, so I actually have a very special person that I want to observe today. Danny Aiken.
We've done Danny Aiken.
We didn't do Danny Aiken.
We did. We put him up as a turtle. Every time you want to do Danny Aiken, we've done him every episode.
I can't help it. I can't help it.
We just celebrated him being like here for 15 years.
Well, dude, turtles apparently live for like 200, so he's still got a while to go.
All right, let's move on with these scientists. All right, Isaac
Okay.
Newton. I'm thinking a poodle, dude. Straight poodle.
Oh yeah, as opposed to gay poodles, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we know gay poodles ain't. No, okay, Albert Einstein looks like a schnoodle. All right.
What is a schnoodle?
It's the Schnauzer poodle. I'm going to show you, dude.
Oh gosh, we're gonna have to put this in the video.
Oh, look. All right.
Yeah, that looks
Look
about
at
right.
this.
Yeah,
Freaking A, dude.
that looks about right.
That's right.
That looks about right.
All right, so Isaac Newton's a poodle. Galileo.
Okay, so let's actually pull up.
Yeah.
Let's pull up a real. Like, go to images so we can get a good look at them.
Get a good old look.
Okay, so he looks like a hog, like an angry hog. I feel like that's the best way to put him because look at that, like, look at the eyes and everything. As far as the hog goes,
I don't know.
like
I'm feeling like a solid.
what do you mean? You feel like a what?
I don't know, dude. I'm trying to. I'm thinking maybe like an angry ape.
An angry ape?
Yeah.
That's awful. How dare you? Right. So you're gonna compare the man who created the telescope to an angry ape?
I mean, okay. Seriously.
That's from the planet of the apes.
Well, this dude's angry. I'm just saying. They look alike.
Good God.
Okay, fine. Something else. What other animal?
No, that's okay.
No, we need a better. Because we've compared everyone to monkeys. We got to compare him to something else. Even though he clearly looks like a monkey. And like we said, the closer you get to evolution, the more you look like it. Unless you're Ken Ham, then somehow it's the reverse effect.
The thing is, okay, actually, let's focus on that for a second. Do you like Ken Ham?
Me?
Yeah, do you like Ken Ham personally?
Okay.
We may have had this conversation. I don't know. We've definitely talked about this before.
We've talked about it
Like me
in our
and you.
first episode. So, Ken Ham, well, he's a brother in Christ, so I can't, be technically rude, but
You can. What?
I believe that he doesn't do science well, and he's trying to, instead of just observing science for what it is and observing scripture for what it's intended to be observed by, and then seeing what fits together, he says scripture over science, and then so he says this is what I believe scripture says about the world, and then he squeezes science to fit around that. So
Right.
I have a problem with this method, and obviously that leads to conclusions I don't agree with.
So would you say that maybe we should try to understand science, maybe have that reason before faith? Is that what you're saying?
No, I wouldn't say reason before faith, but I'm just saying, Scripture's not necessarily written to give, especially Genesis 1 and Genesis 2, is not written to give a scientific, detailed explanation of how God created the world. There's many other ways, many other things that's intended for, but that's not one of them. And then when we're studying science, we're strictly trying to study what this world is and where it came from,
You hear that, Ken Ham? 2 college students are challenging you. Come on our podcast. Debate us.
Now, this hasn't been happening.
We'll bring the bananas. You bring the creationism. That's right, Ken Ham. I'm calling you out, monkey boy. All right, so we're
getting another comment. Hey, we don't really think it's good that you're making fun of people. You need to delete this from the segment.
Okay, so it looks like we're rounding about that 50-minute mark, so we've been able to compare the celebrities to animals at this point. So Ryan, I figured that we could take maybe the last 5 or 10 minutes, and let's just talk about something we genuinely liked this past week, something that we genuinely enjoyed. Like anything, it could be a movie.
Starts realizing I don't enjoy life.
Oh, okay. Well, it could be an album. Like it can literally be anything.
Okay.
So,
You go first.
No, I asked you first. You go first.
Mother.
What do you mean, mother?
Okay.
Well, I can go first if you really want.
That's good.
Okay.
We might as well just post this one tonight, and then we'll post the intermediate one that we recorded later.
We can do this one, man. I don't care.
I don't even care.
Yeah, that's right, guys. We're talking about our plans in
You're
front
gonna
of you.
get this live.
It's like watching two parents plan how they're going to do their divorce. Okay, actually, no. One thing we do need to discuss is this Jehovah's Witness pamphlet you got today.
Oh.
So
not
here,
important.
can we? Well, no, you are. But let's just take like a minute or two. Can we just read it?
Yeah.
Here, go ahead and read it for
Okay,
us.
so the front photo is a white man shaking a white man's hand. But hey, his wife's not white, so there you go. You got an interracial church. It says, "You are welcome to attend," and the typography is terrible. Let's just be honest. Like, look at this.
You are welcome to attend.
The typography is throwing me off. Like, why'd you capitalize R but not 2? All right. And then they did it all. They did like. They only did 2 different sizes, but it's 3 lines, and they didn't really exaggerate any word. And they put an exclamation mark. I don't know what they're trying to do. Anyway, all right. On the night before he died, Jesus told his followers to commemorate his death. He said, "Keep doing this in remembrance of me." Luke 22:19. And then he said, in connection with this event, a special Bible talk will be given in thousands of locations around the world. The topic, date, time, and location will be "Reach Out for the Real Life." Apparently, that's the name of the event. Okay, Sunday, April 14th. You want to go to this? 2019. 4 o'clock.
I'm down. What?
It's at the Kingdom Hall of Jehovah's Witnesses in Raleigh.
I'm down.
Side B. Apparently, there's a side A.
Oh, absolutely.
So they're not inviting to tell us necessarily the gospel itself, but I'm wrong, because the resurrection, the Lord's Supper clearly does reflect the gospel. But anyways, it says, please join us for our annual commemoration. Okay, so you can be Jehovah's Witness for a day. It's pretty great. What? A commitment? So they got the what, why, when, and where. Know how, clearly. What? Know how. What? A commemoration of the death of Jesus Christ. Why? To remember what he did in giving his life for us. When and where. See inside for the date, time, and location. There's no admittance fee. No collections will be taken. It's not a real church, though. I'm just kidding.
It's not the right church. There you go.
There you go.
Nice.
And, of course, it came from Pennsylvania.
That's where the Amish are, dude.
But it wasn't... Oh, wait, that doesn't make sense. Alright, so it's published by Pennsylvania, but it was printed in Canada. So, there you go.
Well, what can you say? The Jehovah's Witnesses have taken over, dude.
Yeah. It's
Alright.
JW.org.
So I will say this, since you want me to go first. As far as like what I like this week, so as you know, I'm pretty avid on heavy metal. Like I mainly listen to heavy metal, a lot of different versions of it, but I do branch out in my music some. And King's Kaleidoscope came out with a new album this past week. I don't know if any of the listeners listen to them, but they're really good. They're actually a Christian group out of California, and they're it's a new album called Zeal. Really good. I really enjoyed it, and my favorite song off of it is probably About to Break and Oxygen. Both really solid songs. They do a really good job. Excuse me. So I can't complain too much. I really enjoyed it. It's a very relaxing album more than anything.
So the album cover, Cassidy posted it in our group chat. Cassidy is Sean's about to say girlfriend, not a roommate.
Sydney, no, don't listen to this.
Honestly though, so if y'all want to pull up their new album cover. To me, it looks like the yin and yang of the LGBT community. the yin and yang of being gay.
If you think about it, there has to be straight people in order for there to be gay people.
So true.
Yep, very true. Yep. See, that's how we can live in
you really
harmony.
be straight if there isn't gay people?
Yeah, because how can you say something's bad or good if you have nothing to equate it to? So how do you know that you're truly straight if you don't have something gay to equate
There's
it to?
so much here in just this one photo.
Absolutely. You know, this really just rings my bells. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Ryan, so what did you enjoy this week?
Well, I enjoyed this outcome. This week I enjoyed. A bunch of us just went to the park from with two college groups from other churches. We just went to the park and played soccer and baseball and football for a while. It was a lot of fun. Any new music? Well, Logic released a new album. It seems like he's going down a new path.
Ryan, we said things that are good.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. It just doesn't seem as impressive as his other stuff. But then again, it's only been, a few months since he released his last one. The dude's not sleeping, and it's showing.
Well, good. I wouldn't sleep either if I lost a wife that beautiful because I have no idea how to maintain constant communication.
Yeah. Man,
So-
well, that went on a depressing note.
Well, all right, guys. So what we learned today? We basically learned that New Zealand can't catch a break lately. They're really struggling. We learned that walruses they fall off mountains sometimes, and Netflix thinks it's cool to make it slow mo. Another thing that we found out is that there's more protests going on in Uganda. Another one, you should beat your children. If they lock your phone for 48 years, you should absolutely beat them and show them no mercy.
If you're in New Zealand, not
Bring
America.
bring Old Testament wrath on your children.
Well, necessarily more if you're an Asian parent. Clearly, it's
Right.
a decision.
Yeah, okay, yeah, sure.
We have to give a shout out to our Asians this episode.
Apparently, Allison Mack is being exposed for being in a sex cult. If you agree or involved in any of this, you deserve no mercy in the afterlife.
Protest by never watching Smallville again because you can't separate the artist from the art.
I actually had a conversation like this the other day. And then what else have we learned? That we're going to be seeing the first ever picture of a black hole come Wednesday. So make sure you're checking that out, guys.
I'm pretty sure a lot of women have sadly seen that, but.
Yes,
And
we also learned that Obama did not shut down NASA.
No, he did. He completely shut down NASA.
Oh my God.
That's my conspiracy theory. For that.
And again, guys, check out that album Zeal by King's Kaleidoscope. And if you want to go check out Logic's album, I think Logic is trash, but it is what it is.
Anyways.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for this podcast. Make sure to subscribe to PewDiePie.
Have a good week. We'll see you on the next episode. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Bye-bye.